together in Northern, they contact the English government and they request convicts. Before that we were a free state, and the first convicts, like I told you, arrived in 1850. Now convicts have done crimes. Mundine Joe, 10 years transportation just for stealing food. So it's from stealing right up until murder. The first ship that came out, there's 75 convicts with 50 what you call pensioner guards. They're older soldiers that are going to look after the convicts. 7 years on, they've got a promise of some land. So it seems quite a good deal until they see the land. Okay. Also on board ship was a surgeon, a chaplain and the main engineer. The main engineer that put the whole project together was Captain Edmund Henderson, and he's the one that chose the site. And he chose the site because he's up on a hill. Up on a hill, built something commanding like this, the people down there are going to say, yep, they're all locked in safe. Anyone escapes, you will see them. Breezes, they blow away all pongy smells, keeping the place fresh. And in those days, they thought that bad smells were associated with germs and disease. And that's why hospitals and institutions were always built on the highest point. And the hospital in here is on the highest point. And believe it or not, according to the literature, it was built up there to get maximum sunlight. I don't think they knew about 40 plus degree heat. I don't think they did. Anyway, the main reason he chose this site as well is up here. It's a 14-acre site surrounded by a brick wall, the main deterrent to escapes. The white around the walls in the building is also a deterrent against escape. But if you see the white on the wall up there and come down from it, you can see the remains of a natural limestone hill. All over the world they use what's there. Here it is limestone. So for 2 years the convicts were chipping away into the limestone hill, preparing blocks and preparing the site. And then they started on construction. Now if they've done a crime, the first thing you build is the boundary wall to keep them in. The next thing they did was workshops, because that's what they came for, to work. Roads, bridges, buildings, workshops, boot shop, tailor shop, mechanical workshop, all those things. And then when they'd done those, that's when they started on the barracks. Now up until now they've been sleeping in warehouses. So they do the main barracks and then they added on the chapel. That's the one with the big windows, no bars. Underneath the one with the bars is administration. 1904 they started to do new division, that's the one with the green paint on. And the reason for that being built was the gold rush. Because with the gold rush we had more criminal activity. New division is where death row is. The walled area with the red building behind was the women's prison. And the women were here from 1888 right up until 1970. And then they went to Bandy up. This area here, in convict times, was used as a parade ground. When the convicts left England, they had shackles on them. And this is where they went off in their chain gangs to work, roads and bridges and things like that. When it became a prison, this is not used as an exercise yard or as a parade ground. The only time prisoners come in this area is in and out of reception, court or freedom, contact and non-contact visits or workshops of the hospital. And they have to have a pass in the hand. Now if they haven't got a pass in the hand, the guys in the gun towers are not going to be too happy. They will blow a whistle and they will say stop, or I will. If you're in here, it's around your feet, and if you get up to the wall, it's from the waist down. Come on, let's go. Don't run. They don't shoot.